What's going on? I'm John Carlo Nadeau. Welcome to a brand new episode of Breakaway Coverage. So excited to have you along for the ride. Even more excited to be speaking with Hanna Baskin, a former member with UMD and now drafted by PWHL Toronto. Hannah, thanks so much for doing this. How's everything going?
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's going well.
It's a pleasure. So excited to be talking to you. And of course, we got to give some props where they're due. Nina Job Smith, a big reason why this was able to happen. So we love Nina, and thanks so much for making it happen. Let's
Yeah.
uh let's get right into it. Let's find out, what sparked your love for the game.
Yeah, I feel like growing up in Minnesota, hockey's such a big sport here. It's like the sport here. And then obviously because of my family as well. So I have an older brother, he's 10 years older than me. And my parents signed him up for hockey. He was pretty deep into the thick of it when I was born. And then once I was old enough to be on skates, they threw me right on skates. I was like 1.5 probably. And then yeah, we had a rink in my backyard. My dad would make it every single year. So having that and then also just having my brother and my family who they all love hockey and then obviously the state of Minnesota as well. I feel like it was easy to love and easy to fall in love with. And yeah, I fell in love with it and the love never faded. So it honestly grew. And yeah.
A big Wild fan or a fan of another team?
Yeah, I do. I love the Wild. It's hard to be a fan of them sometimes. I do like the Wild.
Growing up, who was one of your favorite players, whether it was on that Wild team or even in the league at the time?
Yeah, I feel like honestly I've always been drawn towards Lee Steckline. She was a huge D. When I was growing up, she was always on the national team and um yeah, I think she was someone I always looked up to as like a strong, solid defender. And it's actually pretty cool because now I've been skating with her, so it's awesome. It's definitely a full circle moment. But I've always loved her game, and then I love um Jared Spurgeon. He's a great defender on the Wild. But then when I'm looking at forwards, obviously Kirill, huge fan of Kirill. But when I was growing up, I was more of a Sidney Crosby fan.
As you should. A lot of people loving Sidney Crosby, and I love, by the way, how you answered with a female player as well. Good to always answer with something like that. For you, in high school, you've been a part of some deep playoff runs. I'm just kind of curious to know how those experiences got you ready for the NCAA.
Yeah, they were really special. Obviously, Minnetonka is a great program, and they've had some deep runs and championships. So I knew going onto the team that like we had a history to kind of uphold. And I think that those playoff runs did prepare me for those big moments and eventually other playoff runs that I would have in college as well. So, um, like the state tournament was the most fun tournament ever. Like if you ask any Minnesota kid who went to the state tournament, they'll say that that's probably one of their favorite hockey memories, and I would definitely agree with that. So, yeah, it just kind of gave me that preparation for those big moments, playing in front of a lot of eyes, trying to get rid of those nerves, turn the nerves into excitement rather than, oh, I can't mess up. I have all these people watching me. So, yeah, those runs definitely helped me deal with the pressure, helped me um feel the highest highs and the lowest lows. So,
Yeah, I mean, since we're talking about memories, let's go to 2018 and 2019 when you were selected for USA Hockey Development Camps. What did that mean to you?
yeah, those were big moments for me, obviously, huge in my development. Um, the coolest part for me, honestly, was getting to meet and play with players from all over the country, under some really amazing coaches as well. So it was like week-long camps and you were dead tired by the end of it, but it was really cool to meet those people, meet the coaches, kind of get exposure to play in front of those coaches day in and day out. And yeah, it was they were just great stepping stones for my career and good development opportunities.
Yeah, I was gonna say it must have been a heck of a development opportunity. Did it also kind of fire you up a little bit and make you go, you know what, I want to play on this team one day?
Yeah, definitely. And just being being around other athletes too who had good habits like me and knew how to compete and wanted to compete like me. Um, and then any time that you can be a part of the USA hockey program in any way, it's special.
What impact did that have on your confidence and skills?
Yeah, it definitely had a positive impact and a negative impact, um, positive getting chosen for those camps, but then negative when I would get cut. So I think getting cut from camps like that was really something that sparked kind of like a fire in me in my career. And, I didn't want to get cut. So if I got cut, I'd come back even harder and try to work even harder for the next year.
And then just looking back, let's go into some Bulldogs hockey. I know you like talking about UMD, so talk to me about what those 4 years were like for you.
Yeah, I mean, I have like I couldn't say enough good things about UMD and my experience there. I had just the best time ever. The people, the city, the program, the school, everything about it, it was so special and I would have never thought that I would honestly love it as much as I did. Like it was truly amazing and I got to be coached by some amazing coaches throughout my time there. There's a decent amount of turnover, but it was so special to be coached by all those different coaches. And also just playing with top-notch players. You see how many girls the program has put into the PWHL. It's pretty amazing, and there's a reason for that. It's because of all the work that the coaches do and the administration and everyone at UMD does to make it an elite program. And yeah, there's a reason why so many girls are going into the PWHL from that program.
Well, you played in a Frozen Four. You've been named UMD's Breakthrough Player of the Year, and of course, finished off the senior year as an alternate captain. What did all those things mean to you?
Yeah, it's definitely cool to play in the Frozen Four. That was super special. I went in my freshman year and did that, so that was a really cool moment. And then when it comes to breakthrough and assistant captain, it was definitely cool to have some recognition by the team and know that the work that I was putting in was paying off. Um, but then honestly, it's just the biggest honor of all of it was just to be a part of the program. It sounds cliche and cheesy, but it's true. Like, not everyone gets to do that, and I loved it so much.
I know you're close with a lot of the players on that team. Obviously, it meant a lot to you, as you've said. I want to talk a little bit about one of your favorite teammates, which is Nina Jobe Smith. What was it like to play with her? What is something about her that not many people get to see?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I know, like when I first went in as a freshman, she was someone who just kind of like took me under her wing right away. She was a year older than me, so um, she was always someone that I looked up to, as a friend, as a teammate, as a roommate, um, in school, like pretty much anything. Like she's the blueprint. She works her butt off on the ice, off the ice, in the classroom, everywhere. Um, she's very knowledgeable about other people's lives and other people's emotions and everything. Like she's just an all-around great friend. And yeah, I know that our friendship will last for a long time, and I'm very thankful that UMD was able to bring us together.
How did you see your role evolve from your freshman year to your senior year?
Yeah, I started off not really playing that much my freshman or sophomore year. So then in between my freshman and sophomore year and going into my junior year as well, I just worked my butt off in the summers because I didn't want to be in that position anymore. But I had conversations with my coaches about what they wanted to see from me, what I needed to get better at, and just kind of that transition. And I think that once I started to get a little bit more playing time, some more opportunities, that my role really grew and evolved. And I went from someone who was more of a kind of cheerleader, sort of, on the bench, not playing as much, to being in a top 4D spot, and on power play one. So, you know, it definitely changed. Um, but it was really cool to see how it was from all of the hard work that I put in. Like I didn't really get anything handed to me, and I'm glad because that taught me some really good lessons. But yeah, it definitely evolved, and it was really fun once I got to those final couple of years playing a bigger role on the team.
Well, if you think it was hard for you as a player, I'm sure it was also just as hard, if not harder, for you off the ice. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize is there's a lot more to being a student athlete than you think. It's more than just playing hockey or playing whatever sport that individual, is a part of. So for you, you were somebody that was consistently earning WCHA academic honors. How important was that? How special is that, knowing that you are also doing other things on the side?
Yeah, totally. Super special. Academics has always been a big thing for me throughout high school. Minnetonka is a pretty rigorous school, a very good school, good public school here in Minneapolis. So, um, yeah, academics has always been stressed too, obviously by my parents as being something that's very important, and my brother as well. He's also very smart and high achieving. So I think that's something that I always had kind of just drilled into my mind that as well as being high performing on the ice, I also needed to be high performing in the classroom as well. So that was kind of just like a non-negotiable and a standard that I had set within me. And it yeah, it was great. UMD was an amazing school that pushed me in ways I didn't know that I was gonna be pushed or think that I was gonna be pushed. And gave me some really cool opportunities. So yeah.
Maybe just talk to me a little bit about what it is that you were studying over there.
Yeah, so I studied marketing and com consumer insights and analytics. It's like a long title, but basically it's um it's like business analytics. But it was cool because it was this program that was within the business school. So it was a major, but also like a program. So it was kind of like a cohort, and we worked with real businesses, which was really cool. And worked with real data as well. So I got that real world experience in a way that I didn't know I was gonna get it going into the school. It's not a major that I was looking in before going to the school or anything. I actually discovered it my sophomore year. So um but yeah, I talk about that a lot too. But just that program and the business school in general was amazing, and I was so happy to be a part of it. I think that that program really pushed me and challenged me. And I'm very thankful for all the opportunities and skills that I've gained from it. And I'll look forward to using that eventually post hockey career.
Playing hockey and going to school, you would think your schedule is completely full, but you still manage to find time to coach lacrosse with the Duluth Wolfpack. How did you find time to do all of that?
Yeah, well, the that season luckily was after school. So, and after the hockey season, obviously. So that season was in the spring. And high school went beyond the college year. So that was actually it was a nice thing to kind of keep me busy when I was staying there training in May and stuff.
And then what did you learn about being a coach?
Yeah, I loved it. It I'd coached obviously like hockey before, um, and lacrosse as well, but mostly younger girls. So then when I stepped into the varsity assistant coach role and was coaching high schoolers, it was a different experience, but I loved it. I thought it was so amazing. It pushed me in my leadership abilities. Like I felt like I was really someone that these girls could look up to, and these girls could turn to for anything. And that was really special to me, and it helped me to learn a lot going into a leadership role on the team as well. So I felt like that really translated. And then it was just fun too, like kind of getting away from the hockey world a little bit, and going back to lacrosse, which is a sport that I still love and I miss. So, being a part of that was great. And then coaching with a former teammate in Naomi Rogi was really fun as well.
So did you used to play lacrosse?
Yeah, I played in high school for 4 years, and I started playing in like fifth grade, so I played for a while.
I love watching it. I would never play myself. It's too physical for me. I don't like all that hitting. I would hate to get hit that much. So
Yeah, the girls' game's a bit different. The guys' game is really violent. I feel like the girls' game is more strategy and finesse. So that's what I like that part about it.
well, it makes sense. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Let's get to something a little bit more exciting. Just talk to me about what it's like being drafted by PWHL Toronto.
Yeah, honestly, unbelievable experience. Like being there for the draft, hearing my name get called and then going up to the stage to shake the hands of the staff and just that whole entire moment was amazing and I'll never forget it. I'm so excited to be joining such an amazing organization. I think that the leadership in that organization is top notch. Um, through the coaches and Gina, the GM, and all of the support staff and just everyone there, along with the players. They have some really, really high performing players and high achieving athletes. So I'm so excited to get started there and just continue to learn and develop.
Was that a team that was talking with you? Did you have a feeling you were going to go there?
Yeah, I talked to them before and I knew that I really liked everything that they were saying about their program, and it actually reminded me a lot of UMD, a lot like similar values and goals, and how they operate was just very similar to UMD, and I loved that. So I definitely knew that I would love to go there if they picked me, but I mean, going into the draft, you don't really know what's going to happen, who's going to pick you, like what each team's going to need. So when they picked my name, though, I was just so excited.
In Nina's case, she's around Vancouver. She kind of grew up in Vancouver, drafted by Vancouver. For you, Minnesota is kind of where you're from, obviously. Were you kind of disappointed it didn't work out with the Frost? Or are you just kind of, you know what, it didn't work out. Let's just go to Toronto. Let's go have some fun.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I was disappointed. I honestly, going into the draft, was just grateful to have my name called by any team. So Um, whether it was Minnesota or any other team, I would have been just as grateful.
And then obviously being from Minnesota, have you had the chance to watch the Frost and the other PWHL teams before?
Yeah, definitely. I watched the Frost a little bit. I wouldn't say that I gravitate towards watching them just because they're from Minnesota. I feel like I gravitate towards watching former teammates. So, obviously we had a lot on the charge this year. So we watched Ottawa a lot, and then also just other teams as well that had Bulldog alum or whatever. So the Frost and um, New York and Boston all had Bulldog alums, so that was great.
Maybe just speak to what it says about your program at UMD that you were able to get so many former teammates, current teammates, and of course yourself into the PWHL.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament to all the hard work that gets put in to make that program so amazing. Um, when you're a part of that program, you're really committing to working your butt off day in and day out, on the ice, off the ice, in pretty much every facet of being an athlete. So whether that's your strength, speed, on ice skills, leadership, you know, being with your teammates and being a good teammate, culture building, like it's pretty much a full, well-rounded program. And I think that that's something that really has helped people develop good habits, including me, and good training habits to help us get to where we are. And then obviously staff, every single person that we've been able to work with throughout the staff and throughout my 4 years in the program, they're really legit hockey people. And they love hockey, they love UMD, and they love us. And I think that's the biggest thing is how much effort that they put into developing us and making us better athletes, but also just better people as well.
That's totally what you need. There's a reason why that program has been successful for such a long time. Just going back to Toronto for a couple minutes here. Who was the first person to message you once you got drafted?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I remember looking at my phone afterwards, and I was just like scrolling for a little bit. But I don't know exactly who the first person was. Obviously, I saw my parents first and talked to them first right after it happened. So yeah, I don't know who the first person was, but there were a good amount of people that reached out to me, which was super cool to see.
Were you in the building when it happened, or were you watching on TV?
Yeah, I was in the building.
Right on. Right on. I love it. Was it kind of a copy and paste type thing? Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Just didn't have
A
time.
little a little bit. I wouldn't like to say that, but it was a bit overwhelming like the week after, just the amount of people that reached out. But I made sure to read every message and see who it was from and really like take the time to thank them. So I'm very grateful for the support system that I have.
I know you're excited to go to Toronto. I guess my next question for you is, have you been to the city before?
I actually have not,
What have you heard about it? What are you most excited about seeing, about trying, things like that?
yeah, I've heard great things about the city. I've heard that they have some great restaurants, just good like places to be in your when you're living in your 20s, like it's just a good city to be in, like there's things to do, people to see, lots of pro sports teams, which is really cool to me, I think. And then being able to join that is just super special. So I've heard nothing but good things about the city. I'm excited to explore it and be a part of it.
Two more for you, and again, I appreciate you taking the time to do this and all your honesty. It's been super great talking to you. My question for you is, what are you hoping to bring to the Toronto Sceptres?
Yeah, I'm hoping to bring kind of a little bit of what I touched on earlier, but I think that I'm someone who is gonna work hard no matter what. And then I'm also a great teammate, so I hope that I'm able to make an impact on the people around me and bring a new personality to the team. And then when we're looking on the ice, I'm hoping to bring a more simple and smart game. I pride myself in my hockey IQ, so being able to make those plays, get us out of the zone fast if we need, and just make the simple play, get us down ice, get us where we want to be. I feel like that's something that I'll bring.
And my last one for you, if a young girl comes up to you and says, I really want to play hockey, what are you saying to them?
Yeah, I'm saying go for it, girl. Like I feel like now is the best time, more than now than ever, to be a woman in sports not only, but also just a girl in hockey. So being able to see the growth of the league and all these girls wanting to be a part of it is super cool. So I'd just say go for it, follow your dreams, chase your dreams, and keep working hard because that's what it's gonna take.
There you go. She's Hanna Baskin, drafted by PWHL Toronto, and of course, University Minnesota Duluth legend, a Bulldog legend. Thank you so much, Hannah. Pleasure. And again, all the best to you, and some love to Nina for setting this one up. Really did appreciate it.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us on Breakaway Coverage. I'm your host, John Carlin Nadeau. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We're back each and every week with a brand new one. We'll catch you on the next one.